My peoples. Yo, check it, man. Welcome to Box Center. I'm your host, Jay Smith. We in the building, man. We're going to do this show. Had some technical difficulties with the audio, but we back in business. I'm saying we're not playing around. Get this microphone going, and we're going to do what we do. Yeah, okay. Okay, I see. I see. We about to do this. This is take two. Uh, this is take two, my peoples. You know, the first take, there was no audio. Nobody was able to hear me. Had to jump out and come right back to y'all. Jay Smith in the flesh. Take two. Welcome to Box Center. You already know what it is. Gracias, amore. Y ahí todavía se escucha bien. Yeah. You know, the first take, we had a little mishap, but we back in business. We are back in business. I already told y'all what it is, man. Welcome to Box Center. This is your boy Jay Smith. I appreciate everybody who, come through, holla at your boy. So we're talking about 3 fights from this weekend. Okay, what are those 3 fights? Shushu Carrington, who fought, I can't remember his opponent's name, Xander Sayers, and then you got Mikaela Meyer and Sandy Ryan. Start off with Shushu. Yo, he was in there with a tough opponent. I'm talking about he was in a dogfight. This guy in the beginning, in the early rounds, he actually was outworking Shushu. And you could see, from the second round, I was already saying, this guy is going to be a very tough fight. And that's exactly how it played out. It went the distance. Shushu made some minor adjustments and was able to walk out of there with the W. But it was a tough fight. He was in there with a guy that, was able to take his shots and was landing some good shots on him. So Shushu, I always say when a young fighter goes, the distance with a tough fighter like that, that's great for their development, for their development. So great win for Shushu, and he's moving on. He's moving on up. Next, it was Xander Sayers. Ayo, Xander, I already knew that he wanted to be spectacular because the fight, it's in the Madison Square Garden. He's from New York. So he was going to be spectacular, He was also in there with a tough opponent. Now, the guy that he fought wasn't as skilled as Shushu's opponent, but it was a very tough fighter who took everything that Xander had to offer. Never backed down, never went down or anything like that. Xander couldn't stop him. He went the distance. And even though he lost every round, but he landed some good shots throughout the fight, and he was in there. He was fighting, he fought back, and, it's not a guy that went there to lay down. This dude made it, to where Xander had to show that he could go 10 rounds, and he did it. So, good win for Xander as well. Then, my peoples, we got Sandy Ryan, versus Mikaela Meyer. I believe that was fight of the year. That's potentially the fight of the year. These 2 young ladies went to war, my people. That is not an exaggeration. Believe you me, Sandy Ryan and Mikaela Myers was landing blows from the first bell. And you could tell that there was really bad blood between those 2 young ladies. They genuinely don't like each other. I don't know if you saw it, but Sandy Ryan, somebody actually threw a can of green paint on her. And they're saying that it was somebody from Mikaela's team that did that. And there's pictures out there, you can see it. I actually shared it in a video recently. You can see that, yo, they threw paint on her. Like, that's an attack, basically. But, you know, that obviously, and thankfully, she didn't get hurt or anything like that. She was able to fight. And my peoples, I'm telling you, this fight was super competitive. It's the type of fight that when the last bell ring, you don't know who won. You don't know who won the fight. I thought that it was going to be either a draw or a split decision. And it was a majority decision in Mikaela's favor. I'm not mad at that. Both of those young ladies put together an exceptional performance. And they was trading some serious leather. So, you know, shout out to Mikaela. Shout out to Sandy. Both of them did their thing. You know what I'm saying? They capped off a night of boxing the way that it had to be done. So congratulations to both of those young ladies, especially Mikaela Mayer, who is now a welterweight champion. Whew. Young lady did her thing. My peoples. Let's move on to the next subject. Move on to the next one. Tank Davis or his team, or it has been announced that Lamont Roach is going to be his next opponent. You know, how many people out there can say that they wanted to see Tank Davis fight Lamont Roach? How many people said before this was announced, man, I wish Lamont Roach could move up from 130 and fight Tank Davis? Like, who wanted that fight? I personally can tell you, I'm not even going to beat around the bush. I don't like that fight. You know, so many different routes that Tank and his team could have taken, yet they chose to bring a guy up from a lower division to fight him. And what makes me not like that move even more is that they were trying to bring Rayo from 140 to 135 to fight Tank. And now they brought Lamont Roach from 130 to 135 to fight him. It's like the fighters always have to make some type of weight adjustment to fight Tank. And Lamont Roach is going to be no exception. He's moving up one division to fight him. So I personally don't like this fight, especially because, yo, Tank Davis is about to turn 30 years old, my people. When are we going to, like, yo, he's about to be 30 years old. When are we going to see Tank Davis fight one of the big boys? Yo, the biggest name in Tank's resume is Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia has not won a title yet. His first championship title fight was versus Tank Davis. That was his debut for a title shot. And we saw what happened with Devin Haney, obviously, the situation with the steroids, blah, blah, blah. So, how do you have Shakur Stevenson, Teofimo Lopez, within your division, both available, both saying that they're willing to fight you, sign the contract, I'm signing it, and you end up with Lamont Roach, about to be 30 years old? Is this how Tank's entire career is going to play out? We're going to wait till he's 36, 37 before he fights somebody? The thing is, we want to see Tank versus Shakur, versus Teofimo, versus Devin Haney. All of those guys are younger than Tank by a few years. So my point is, it's not like Tank is going to age those guys out. They're younger than him. Tank is about to be 30 years old. So all I'm saying is, you know, a lot of people consider Tank the face of boxing. A lot of people consider Tank a pound-for-pound fighter. And I myself say, yo, Tank is one of the best fighters in boxing. I know this. But damn, when the hell he gonna fight one of the best in boxing? For how long are his fans gonna keep giving him a pass? Yo, what's good, Al? Oh, hell yeah, yeah. Rohan Polanco did his thing. Yo, Tank, man. No es que, oye, no es que un desperdicio. Tank Davis is a great fighter, but he's not fighting other great fighters. Ahí es que está el problema. Él es un excelente peleador, boxeador, pero él no está peleando con... Él es uno de los mejores, pero él no está peleando con los otros mejores. You know, we want the top guys to fight each other, and Tank isn't fighting any of them. And then every time he fights someone that nobody wanted him to fight, his fans always have an excuse for it. So, you know, I believe that because his fans are cool with it, Tank can probably do this for his entire career. And we could complain all we want about, man, when you going to fight this guy? When you going to fight that guy? Tank knocking everybody out on Twitter. Yo, on Twitter, he knocked Devin Haney out, Shakur Teofimo. He even knocked Terrence Crawford out on Twitter. But damn, in real life, he's fighting Lamont Roach. Talk to me. What's going on? So, you know, you see how you say he probably will? Maybe. But yo, when you're about to be 30 years old, we shouldn't be saying that you probably will. You're about to be 30 years old, we should be saying you already did. Teofimo already did. Devin Haney already did. Ryan Garcia already did. When is Tank gonna do it? When is Tank gonna step in there in a 50-50 fight? In a fight people think that he could lose. Instead, he's going to step in there with Lamont Roach. You know, to be honest, I'm starting to think that you're right. I think that he's going to keep fighting the same type of opponents for his entire career because he could make all this money. You know, his fans are going to support him. Well, you know, I think Tank will fight a pizza delivery guy and his fans are going to support him. Put it to you like that. So, you know, and the thing is that Tank Davis, because I'm going to tell you like this, man. I'm a fan of Tank, but I'm not a hardcore fan of Tank Davis. I'm not a fanatic of Tank Davis. Tank Davis fanatic will say the wildest things. Like, they'll say another fighter is a duck because they're not fighting a big name opponent. But when Tank is not fighting a big name opponent, they switch up the whole logic. Oh no, because of this and that. And they have a million excuses for Tank. But they don't make up no excuses for other fighters. They go at them hard, call them ducks and call them all this other stuff. But when it's Tank Davis, Tank could fight these guys his whole career. And now they'll give him the excuses. Yo, AJ, man. Damn, bro. AJ got pummeled. No. Wait a minute. Don't tell me that I was right about him losing. I thought he was going to win. I predicted that he was going to knock Dubois out. You dig? I was like, he going to knock Dubois out, man. But, because I felt like, AJ had the momentum in his favor. It felt that way at least. But damn, AJ got pummeled. Let me get you plugged in, my boy. Let me get you plugged in. What's good, Darian? You plugged in, my boy. My peoples, y'all already know what it is, man. Box Center, the show is live Mondays through Fridays, 9 p.m. Eastern time. And by the way, my peoples, I got a new show. It's called Bad Beats. Bad Beats. It's not about music. It's about the type of beats that you know what I'm talking about. The first episode of Bad Beats is already up. Check it out, my peoples. It was uploaded like 2 days ago. You want to see it? I promise you, it's fire. Hermano mío, sí, tenía una situacioncita con el audio, but we back in business, yo. Yeah, I got an Instagram, my boy. J Smith 134. J Smith is spelled S-M as in Mary, I, and then F as in Franklin, F as in Franklin. 134. The letter J, Smith 134. No doubt, no doubt. But y'all gotta check it out, my peoples. Bad Beats, I promise you. It's a boxing show, like a show you've never seen before in boxing. I promise you, you want to check it out. Bad Beats, you're gonna get more episodes of that. But again, yo, I'm telling y'all right now, Sandy Ryan versus Mikaela Meyer, yo, I think that may have been the fight of the year, my peoples. Like, yo, those two young ladies was landing blows from the first bell to the last. You could see, it's like two fighters that you could see that they don't like each other. And they, they really trying to hurt each other. So I don't know if y'all saw it, man, but yo, they went at it, man. They went at it for real, for real, for real. What's the next? Oh, as soon as I get on Instagram, I'm going to add you as well, my boy. So, Darren, what's the next upcoming fight? I got to look into it. I know that there's a lot of fighters who haven't lined up their next opponent yet. So, I got to look into it, to be honest. I can't tell you off the top of my head. But I know that there's some fights that are very close by, some good fights. So, guys, did anyone on here see? Oh, yeah, Bebo versus Beterbiev. I'm tripping. Bebo versus Beterbiev. That's around the corner. That's it. October's right there. Bebo versus Beterbiev, man. Yo, I haven't even been able to make that prediction, my peoples. Who you got? Who y'all got? Y'all got Bebo with the knockout or Beterbiev, winning on points? Oh, yeah, Johnny Becker's fighting. Yo, I got to appreciate you. I forgot about that fight. I mean, I would have seen it. I'm sure I would have seen it, on Instagram from ESPN and all that. Looking forward to that one, man. You got Beterbiev with a TKO in the 10th. Okay. That's a solid prediction. I'm going to tell you like this, man. This fight, Beterbiev versus Bivol, is the classic boxer versus puncher fight. Classic, right? Now, we all know how good Bivol's footwork is and his hand speed. We saw the tools and resources that he used to dominate Canelo. Like Bivol put the beats on Canelo and made it look easier than Floyd. Like Floyd made it look easy, but Bivol made it look easier. So you see his boxing IQ. But we know that Beterbiev has that power. He has that aggressive style. And he got power with both hands. He could knock you out with the left. He could knock you out with the right. So, I mean, the thing is, man, I think Beterbiev is a very good boxer, but he takes a lot of punches. I don't think he's that good defensively. He takes, he's very good with setting up his shots, with finding the right angles, with sneaking in good shots through the guard. He's very good with a lot of little things to get to touch you. He's going to touch you at some point. He's good with that. But he's not that very good defensively. And I'm just talking about when compared to Bivol. To give you an example, I think if they were to go 12 rounds, no way he's going to win on the cards. No way. I could tell you right now, if the fight go the distance, Bivol's winning. I'm not going to tell you that he's going to wash Beterbiev and, run away with the cards, but he's winning that fight on the cards. He's not going to be outboxed by Beterbiev. However, we all know it takes one big shot to change everything. So to give you an example, it could go the distance and Bivol loses. But for that to happen, let me give you a scenario. Beterbiev lands a crushing right hand in the third round. And now Bivol is not able to really recover from that shot. He keeps taking punishment throughout the fight, but he uses his footwork good enough to not get stopped. Then in that case, he will lose on the cards because he got hurt. But if they're both going to be in there at their best for 12 rounds, Bivol's winning on the cards. I promise you that. I'm just not ready to make that prediction because, I keep asking myself, can he stay away from Beterbiev's power for 12 rounds? That's the magic question. That's the magic question right there. I don't know. I already said it, man. I'm going to make my prediction the day before the fight. I want to see Bivol and Beterbiev at the weigh-in. I want to see if somebody looks weight drained. If somebody in their eyes, they look like like they've been starving or something like that. I want to see it. I want to see any little edge that you may be able to see during the weigh-in before I make my prediction. Hold on, Montana, you gotta finish that sentence. Pressure busts pipes, but it also make diamonds. How I feel about Kermel. Man, listen, Kermel Moten is my guy. Kermel, I feel like I be saying it, like at some point he's gonna be the face of boxing. I feel like Kermel has that type of potential. Because if you look at his skills, and the kid is only 18 years old, that's crazy. You got to take it, if you look at his power, his ring IQ, right, his overall skills, and consider the fact that he's only 18 years old, imagine how good and how strong Kermel's going to be when he's 23, 24 years old. He's 5 years away from being 23. I can't even fathom. Because my expectations, based on, the team that he has, his work ethic, he's a dog. My expectations is that he's not going to turn down. He's not going to slow down or take it easy or let the money get to his head. Kermel's hungry for greatness, my guy. For greatness. So you're going to see, he's going to keep getting better and better and better and stronger. So 5 years from now, at 23 years old, try to imagine what Kermel's going to be. How much he weighed? I mean, he's fighting at 126. So that's why he wait to me. But obviously he's not gonna stay. He's not gonna stay in that division forever. You're gonna move up. You're gonna end up, I think Kermel's gonna end up, moving to 130 eventually, and then to 135. He's gonna, the process. Whatever divisions that he's feeling comfortable, they're gonna go with that. But the skill level that you see in Kermel, he has the potential to be the face of boxing, down the line, obviously, when the time comes. He has that type of potential, in my opinion. He's like, if you look at Kermel, he's the whole package. He's, a young, very smart kid, very bright, very, very skilled, very wise for his age, very mature for his age. Yo, Kermel has the whole package to go all the way. He's backed by Floyd Mayweather. Come on. Let's see, how his career is gonna play out. Nobody could predict the future, but there's a reason why they call me Jay Stradamus. And it's because I do predict the future. Boom. So my people, again, let me know what y'all think about Tank Davis fighting Lamont Roach next. Is that a good fight? Do you like that fight? Are you happy with it? I know I've seen, Tank Davis's fans, I've seen them saying that they good with it. They're like, yo, that's a good fight. I like it. But if you're just a boxing fan and he's one of the fighters that you like, but you don't consider yourself a hardcore Tank Davis fan, do you like that fight? I gotta be honest with y'all, man. I don't like it. I don't. Fight De Los Santos. Oh, that would have been a good fight. I would have preferred that fight. You know why I would have preferred that fight? Because now it can't be Frank Martin, my boy. Frank Martin is who he beat in his last fight. He beat Frank Martin. But De Los Santos I would have liked because he's already a 135 pounder. That's why I don't like Lamont Roach. Because to me, it's like, damn, first y'all was trying to get Rayo to come back down to 135 from 140, giving Tank a weight advantage. And now y'all bringing Lamont Roach from 130, also giving Tank a weight advantage. And we already know the whole stuff about the rehydration clause. Like, I'm not even going to get into all that. But it seems like with Tank, they always trying to get a weight advantage. Always, always. Like, come on, man. Damn. Lamont Roach from the 130 division? Wah, 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 wah. Let's see, let's see what's next. You see, that's why in boxing you can't go by, oh, he said this and he said that. You guys remember when Tank told Shakur that his name was on the list? He signed a huge mega contract, I think like 6 fights or something like that. He told Shakur, your name is on the list. Course, Shakur's name is supposedly on the list. Y'all think Lamont Roach's name was on the list? Tell me, you think when Tank made a list with 6 names, he put Lamont Roach in? They're like, yeah, I want to fight him. Nope, that's the answer. So the point is, that bogus list is meaningless until he finally step in the ring with them dudes. That's the reality. And I be telling you, my peoples, I am a Tank Davis fan. I'm just not a fanatic. I love watching Tank Davis. I watch all his fights. I follow him on social media. I support him. But he about to be 30 years old and still haven't fought one of the big boys in his own division, man. He hasn't fought a big name. Hit the big. The biggest name he fought is Ryan Garcia, who's never been a champion. You got Shakur Stevenson right there. You got Devin Haney right there. You got Teofimo Lopez right there, all willing to fight you. And you're fighting Lamont Roach, pushing 30 years old. So it's Tank Davis. And somebody right here in the comments said it. Tank Davis probably gonna fight his whole career dudes like this. Because his fans is cool with it. You're still gonna get paid. That's whack. In my personal and humble opinion, that's whack. Who would I put against Tank for the win? Shakur Stevenson. And him and Teofimo Lopez is 50-50. Tank and Teofimo is 50-50. And Devin Haney and Tank, that's also 50-50. But I do got Teofimo whooping that straight up. I mean, not Teofimo, Shakur Stevenson. Whooping him. I don't know, that's a controversial, prediction. But that's how I see it happening. My peoples, I want to remind ya, don't be cheap with that like button. Don't be cheap. And if you haven't subscribed to Box Center, yo, listen, man. Join the Box Center family. Trust me, got some special things coming in for y'all. You want to, hop on this bandwagon. Come on this ride with us. And yo, by the way, my peoples, I recently uploaded multiple videos of elite level amateur fighting. Please check it out. I uploaded 2 new videos today, so y'all can see how these boys is getting down in the ring. And guess what? Those videos, I'm the one in the neutral corner recording them. You know it's gonna look fire. Please check it out. Don't miss it. Don't miss it. And again, like I told ya, the first episode of Bad Beats is already up. A boxing show like you've never seen one before. I promise you. Bad Beats. Don't miss it. Don't let somebody else tell you, like, yo, Bad Beats is crazy. You be the one to tell them. I already seen it, son. Puello versus Sandor. Who wins? That's a tough fight. That's a tough fight, man. I want to say Puello, but it's hard to go against Sandor because he just got that style, man. That awkward style and the way that he punches, and it's hard to go against him. I don't know. I don't want to. Honestly, I'm not ready to even make a prediction. I could tell you though. I could tell you that fight, nobody's getting washed. That fight's gonna be competitive, and those two guys, they're gonna be, setting off the fireworks. You could take that to the bank to get some pounds. Now, yo, I don't know if y'all seen this, my peoples. By the way, Ben Whitaker, his manager said that if he wins his next fight, after that, they're going to be looking to take him to the U.S. for a mega fight. So, damn. Ben Whitaker finally going to get a big fight. I want to see it, man. I want to see it. He can fight. He can box. He's flashy. He got, he got the looks. The guy can be, something special in boxing. Canelo, Canelo got options right now. In reality, I think Canelo's options or best options are either David Benavidez or Terrence Bud Crawford. I think those are the options that are the most money for Canelo. And taking into account that he's avoided the fight with David Benavidez for years at this point, I think there's a good possibility that he might decide to fight Crawford. I've been telling you this. I've been saying it, man. Canelo Alvarez may end up fighting Bud Crawford. But only time will tell, my people. Only time will tell. But anyways, my peoples, I want to thank you guys for coming on with me. You know, a lot of you, every time I go live, boom, you show up. Whether you show up in the beginning, midway, at the end, but you show up for me. I appreciate you, my peoples. I make this show for y'all. I make this show for people that love boxing and want to hear the truth. Want to hear the real deal. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate y'all coming on with me. We're going to keep going hard. You already know tomorrow at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Hey, yo, please, my people, check out the debut episode of Bad Beats. I promise you, yo. You've never seen a boxing show like this. Beats. And of course, I recently posted multiple elite level amateur fights, which I'm the person in the neutral corner. See it, you're gonna be like, ooh, that's fire. That's right, my boy, Bad Beats. And it's not, I'm not talking about the Swiss beats or the Apple beats or the Dre beats. I'm talking about the beats that they be dishing out in the ring. You already know it, my boy. So my peoples, once again, man, I appreciate y'all coming on with me. Shout out to all of you for, joining the show. And yo, please hit that like button. Please subscribe if you haven't done so. And share my videos, yo. If you could share my videos, because, Box Center is on a come up. It's going to get to where it's going to go. I promise you this. We're going to go where we're going to go regardless. But the more people share my videos, the faster we get to where we going, my peoples. Let's get it in. Again, y'all already know what it is, man. Box Center. Your favorite boxers. Favorite boxing show. Can you answer one more question for me? I got you, my boy. What you got? What's your question? Talk to me, my boy. Of course, I can answer one more question for you. Do you think Sugar Ray will last in today's boxing? Are you talking about Sugar Ray Leonard, Sugar Ray Robinson? Well, you know what? You don't even have to tell me which Sugar Ray you're talking about. They both would have been great fighters in this era. Sugar Ray Leonard would have been a great fighter in this era, and he would have dominated as well. I think Sugar Ray Leonard dominates in any era that you put him in. Sugar Ray Robinson as well. Because these guys, they're, once in a lifetime kind of talents. So when you take guys like that, don't matter. Like if you take Tank Davis and you put him in any era, he's going to be sleeping dudes. But is he going to be beating the champions like that? We don't know, because he's not beating the champions right now of this era. So we got to see that. But I think Sugar Ray Leonard, man, with any era you put him, he would have dominated. That's my position on that. But again, my peoples, man, I appreciate y'all jumping on with me. I'm going to see y'all tomorrow at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Box Center. Your favorite boxers. Favorite boxing show. Peace. One love, my peoples.